I'm pretty sure that the word innovation and the concept of innovation wouldn't really be a part of our vocabulary unless John had had such an important role over time.
When did you start seeing innovation being more accepted as part of the language of business?
I didn't. No one talked about innovation in those days.
He has a passion about the field of innovation.
Fighting for a better day, fighting for a better way.
John is an innovator, John is a visionary. And you'll probably hear that from several people because it's true.
3 forms of innovation that we adopted: incremental, transformational, and then disruptive. John Davies was certainly transformational.
Innovation has been part of my life in the context of embracing change. When I first came to Northwest Indiana, I remember standing in a restaurant and hearing 3 beautifully dressed young people. They couldn't say one kind thing about Northwest Indiana. They were so anxious to leave. And I made, at that moment, the decision that I was going to celebrate Northwest Indiana. I was going to discover great things about this place.
I think one of the things that John has really done is he has forced us in Northwest Indiana to, at times, think differently.
Innovation can be anywhere, and anyone can be an innovator. There's no doubt in my mind that the society exists because of John Davies.
I kept running into all sorts of people who created new and different things.
Ideas is John's middle name. He's an idea man. And he had the idea that if we identified entrepreneurs and innovators and recognized them, that this would encourage further innovation. A strong message that we can do that and more in the future.
The society really was John's baby. John had all of the motivation. All he needed was somebody to say yes.
John provided a guiding light and made the society happen.
The society was an eye-opener for many people.
We were the first to say that innovation exists in the region.
I think the big takeaway is he's helped us, but also the region, to fall in love with itself.
John helped us understand that even our legacy industries could be innovators, but we could also have 21st century innovation right here in Northwest Indiana.
Part of it is just sharing the stories of these incredible innovators, and I think that's maybe the most important part.
Thanks to John, I don't ever feel alone in the business. It takes a very unique, beautiful person to say something beautiful about other people.
John was known as Indiana John. And we took that on a 7-county tour to make sure that we touched everyone, that we didn't want to leave anyone out, to understand their greatness.
He's been a tireless promoter to make this a better place.
I would say John's impact is both tangible and intangible. John is a unique mixture of determination and inspiration, of seeing the big picture, but also focusing on small details.
John is a wonderful human being, and I'm not real sure I think everybody knows that.
John was on I-65 herding the ducks back onto the embankment because he saw they were going to cross the road.
He is such an individual force and has been such a force over time.
He's relentless. I used an example one time that he didn't like, but I said he's like a bulldog with a steak in its mouth. You're not going to get the steak back.
John has only one speed, which is full speed ahead.
He's always on the move, always thinking, always challenging, always complimenting. He's one who's always asking, what if something different were to occur? What if we tried something else?
He's able to inspire in a quiet way. One of the kindest, most motivated people I've ever met.
I know that his family has walnut trees.
I think he lives in a forest. I've never seen it, but many thousands of trees.
John is well aware of the fact that he is not going to realize the benefits of the fruits of those walnut trees in his lifetime. He has planted seeds, he has tended crops, and it's for the future.
That takes a lot of patience.
We're here for such a short time. The members of the society are not just building successful businesses and nonprofits. They're building for the future.
The reward is long overdue. Someone needs to recognize a person when they're doing great things and have done great things. And John is definitely that person.
It's appropriate, number one, because of such a prominent role he's had in driving the society forward, but it's also appropriate from a personal point of view that he's had such a positive influence on so many people, and he deserves the recognition personally.
I've known John Davies for decades. It is his right, really, to have this award. He earned it.
I think that John Davies easily crosses the hurdle of being recognized for lifetime achievement in this community.
He's been doing it a long time, so that's a lifetime achievement. We'll never be able to calculate the impact of John Davies.
The society is entering a new era, and someday we will be known as the region in the world that celebrates innovation. The lives of great men remind us that we can lead our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind footsteps on the sands of time.